Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Eli5 back as you guys with another video, and as you can see, I gotta rep my team. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's our next future coming rising star on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Mark my words, he's gonna be in an all-star game in a couple years. Watch, he's gonna be the face of the league one of these years. Just watch. I have a lot of hope in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and you already know the future is bright for us OKC fans, man. But as you already know, if you've been sleeping under the rock, just a day ago the NBA draft just went down. Everybody got picked, everybody got their picks in every team, and there's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, and I'm only gonna be talking about like my only team, which is the OKC Thunder, because like I said, if I talk about any other team, it's gonna be a whole long video, and I just want to get to my team. I really like the way my team drafted last night. They did a couple trades here and there to get higher in the pick. They traded some of their players they have right now, so let me just discuss some of that real quick. But if you guys like this video, if you guys enjoy the content that I produce, please subscribe to the channel and please like this video. I really appreciate it, and let's get to the video. So if you look at the first three picks, you already see these three players right here. We already expected them to be top three, but I want to get into OKC. So the first player we got was Alice. I don't even know how to say his name. If you know how to say his name, please, by all means, you can say it for me, but I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name. You already see it on the board. But we actually traded to get the 17th pick with the Timberwolves. We actually sent Ricky Rubio, the 25th pick, and the 28th pick, to the Timberwolves to get the 17th pick to move higher in the draft. Thank you, Sam Presti, for trying to finesse again with you. Sam, let's just give a round of applause to Sam Presti, man, because he has really been stockpiling picks for us. I feel like he's been making circumstances way better for us in our predicaments, because Sam Presti has been flipping all these players for more and more picks to basically get more young talent for us to be, a potential contender in the future. Shout out to Sam Presti. But yeah, we actually went up in the draft, traded for the 17th pick, and we actually got this player. I've never heard of this player, so I have to check him out one of these days, do some research. But I mean, the future is bright. Welcome to the team. We're gonna see how you play in OKC. But the other pick we got was the 34th pick. His name is Maledon. I've heard a lot of stuff about Maledon. I actually watched some of his highlights. He's an overseas player. He's been playing overseas in Europe since he was 16, I believe. I think he was 16. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's been playing against pro professional basketball players since he was 16 in Europe. So I already know somewhat of Maledon. I really think he's gonna be a pretty good player for us. I know he's a point guard, like a shooting guard. He could really mesh well with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I feel like he could put him at the point guard spot or something. But I feel like this is a really good draft for us. Maledon, like I said, I watched his highlights. I like the way he plays. He plays with very high IQ, it seems like. So it's like, we get into more gist of like younger Chris Paul or something. He plays like with really high IQ. He knows how to pass the ball. He could shoot. He's a great shooter in my opinion. But we just gotta see how he plays in the NBA. Maledon, welcome to the team. And the last player we got was from the 37th pick. The Wizards, the Wizards traded this player to us. That we actually got the 37th pick to get Vit Crit. I don't even know how to say his name. We getting a lot of foreign players. You can see by the last name and stuff. We got a lot of foreign players on the team right now. We picked a lot of foreign players, but the two players I mentioned, the 17th pick up here, I never heard of him, and the 37th pick right here, I never heard of him. The only player I've really heard of was him. But I mean, we picked three players out of this draft, so I feel like odds are really going to our favor in regards to us, rebuilding as a franchise. I don't expect OKC to make the playoffs this season, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, whatever is best for our futures, because we have honestly, I feel like we have one of the brightest futures in the league. We have a bunch of picks, and we actually drafted three of these players. Maybe one of these players will become one of our, a really great contributor for our team in the future. You never know, or another all-star or something like that. So we just got to wait and see what the future holds for us. And welcome to the team, all these players that we drafted. Now we're gonna get some more personal stuff, because the scouting report for this really says a lot about Maledon. He's, I'm not gonna read all this, but it's basically saying he's played like against pro athletes inside Europe and since the age of 16 and stuff, and he's a really good player. I really feel like he's a really good player. I feel like he could fit well with us. He's 6'5", 180 pounds with the 3+ wingspan, and that comes to show he's a very good defender too. So he could be like a pretty unique two-way player for us, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he has solid lateral quickness, and he does a decent job rebounding since he does well in pursuing the ball and miss attempts. So you know, he seems like he's a good offensive playmaker and stuff like that, and he could get really down in the he could really get down big in the defensive end too. So that's a plus. And he has an excellent size for the point guard position, efficient and poised for his age, takes pride in the defensive end and clean and compact shooting mechanics. Like I said, we got another defender on the squad, and you know, we got another player that can facilitate. I mean, we traded all of our players that was able to facilitate, like Chris Paul, we just traded him. Ricky Rubio, he could somewhat facilitate, and Dennis Schroeder, he was more of an ISO player. So we traded all those to get, like, you know, young talent in return to that basically does the same thing, I guess. So Theo Maledon, I know what I heard of Theo Maledon for a really long time. I just want to see him play on the OKC squad, man, for real, for real. So looking at this other player we drafted, I don't know how to say his name, but he's played in Serbia, so he's another foreign player. Obviously, he stands at 7 feet tall. He's a center. I'm assuming we're gonna trade like Steven Adams or something to like get this guy in the mix or something. I mean, I understand why we would trade Steven Adams, because we're gonna rebuild, and obviously we have Steven Adams for a very long time, so it makes no sense to keep him. So like, I guess we're gonna trade him and put him in the starting lineup. I don't know, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. It seems like he's a very great defender and great rebounder. He's an engaged rebounder with great hands and instincts. He lacks of strength and physically gives him trouble when playing in contact, but that won't be an issue once he reaches body maturity. So I guess you could say he's a good rebounder, but his strength is not there right now, and he has basketball IQ. That's really good. I love a player with basketball IQ. You already know what Chris Paul did for us. Anticipation and instincts will make him a solid team defender in a good scheme. So it seems like he's a really great defender. He participated in 20. I mean, this isn't really important, but I'm gonna just read this down just because he averaged 7.7 points, 8.3 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 1.4 steals. So judging based off what I'm seeing right now, it seems like he's not really a scorer. He's more of like a rebounder, a defender, defensive anchor, like a 7 feet tall, one of those type of players. So I feel like we're not gonna be looking much for scoring off of him. We're just gonna look for like hustling type of players, rebounding type of players, defensive type of players. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I can't wait for the season starts to see Theo Maledon, and like I said, I don't know how to say his name. I really don't. And the last player we got was Vit Krejci. I don't know if that's how you say his name. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name big time, but you already know who I'm talking about because it's right here. In March of 2017, at the age of 16, so he's been playing since 16 as well. So that's we getting players that already has first-hand experience at like a pro level, I guess. It seems like he plays overseas too. He played overseas, so we drafted a lot of overseas players. So that's a really good thing in my opinion. I feel like drafting overseas player, like, overseas players, they get the gist of like professional athletes, I guess, like that. And I feel like drafting players like that can be really good for a team. I mean, you already see what Luka Doncic became to, you already know Luka Doncic is a bucket. He played overseas, he already had professional experience, and look at what he turned out to be today. So I mean, I'm not saying all overseas players turn out like Luka Doncic. I'm just saying I feel like it's a plus because they got professional experience as well, I guess. I don't know. He averaged 3.2 points and 9.2 minutes per game, so he hasn't really played a lot, but I guess the potential is there. Welcome to the team. Those are all the 3 players that we drafted. I can't wait for the NBA season to start to really see how these guys get down to business, for real. So judging about the way we drafted, in my opinion, I feel like we drafted great. We drafted a bunch of young stars that, I mean, I wouldn't say young stars, they just came in the league. I mean, you already know they seem like they have great potential. Theo Maledon is really my number one player I'm really looking at, because like I said, I heard about him, I watched him play sometimes, and now it's like it's just so happens that we out of all teams drafted, I feel like he's a really good player, and I feel like he could really fit our team well in the grand scheme of things too. Like I said, the other 2 players I really haven't heard about, so we just got to wait and see. And the last thing I want to do, I already know that I said I seen Theo Maledon play, but I just wanted to see a couple highlights, just get hyped up and just amped up to see this guy play for real for our team, man. Okay, so yeah, he's playing in Europe right here. Yeah, so he's a shooter. I knew he was a shooter, so he's going to be able to space the floor. Oh yeah, subscribe to Bente Basketball Highlights. Thank you for providing us with highlights for him. Shout out to you. And look at him. See, look, that you see that passing IQ right there? It seems like he's a really great IQ player. He doesn't rush plays or something like that. He plays very smart, and it seems like he could get in that paint. He could shoot, he could play make, he could get in the paint, drive and stuff like that. Like, look, passing vision, great vision like that. So it's looking like I feel like he could really play for us, man. Like, I feel like he could pair alongside Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in the point guard and shooting guard type position. We could do that combo guard thing like we did with Chris Paul, Dennis Schroeder, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with Theo Maledon and another point guard we can find in the future or something like that. But I feel like he could really fit with our team, man. I really do. Okay, so this is gonna be another highlight. So yeah, he's gonna just shoot it like that. And you already know OKC had Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, he's a very talented guy. It's just that his jump shot wasn't there. So I guess we're gonna change the quick things and like draft somebody that can actually shoot or whatever, something like that. And Theo Maledon, the way he plays is looking like I'm getting like Chris Paul, Tony Parker type vibes from him. I'm not gonna lie. Able to pass the ball, play with very high IQ. He can shoot here from here and there. Looking like a really good player. Another cash out. Give me another one. Pump fake, cash out. Let's go. Dude, Maledon, come on. Oh yeah, the defensive play. Don't forget about the defense. Let's transition to offense though. Assist. Oh, I didn't even show the highlight. Alright. See, look, he plays with very high IQ. He saw him waddle in the corner. He dished it out to him. And, you know, I feel like every single team likes players like that, you know, passes the rock a lot. Really great ball movement. So I'm really looking forward to watching them play on my team, for real, man. But other than that, that was the 2020 NBA draft results according to OKC only. Like I said, other teams got their players and, you know, in return, stuff like that. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to this season. The season starts December 22nd. Free agency opens in very soon. I can't remember when it opens, but I'm really looking forward back to OKC basketball, for real, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I just can't wait for the season starts. But other than that, I really got nothing else to say. We took a look at the 3 players we drafted. We took a look at Theo Maledon's highlights. I'm really looking forward to watching Theo Maledon and all the other players play for us. And I feel like we have a really bright future. Sam Presti is really pulling out all the moves to get all the draft picks as possible in order to ensure that we have great success in the future of OKC basketball, man. But other than that, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm out. Peace. And don't forget about my guy, rising star right here, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Let's go.